Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Stories. Today's story is called When I Finally Spoke Up. This story is written for Level 3 English learners. It is about fear, confidence, and finding the courage to share your voice. Please listen carefully. You can pause the video and repeat the sentences if you like. Now, let's begin. When I finally spoke up. I was always a quiet person. At school, I listened more than I talked. I finished my work on time, followed the rules, and tried not to cause trouble. Teachers often said I was polite and well-behaved. My classmates knew my name, but they did not really know me. I was afraid of making mistakes. When I spoke, my voice felt small. My words came out slowly, and sometimes I forgot what I wanted to say. I worried that people would laugh or think I was strange. So, most of the time, I stayed silent. In group activities, I let others decide. If I disagreed, I kept it to myself. I told myself that silence was safer. One day, our teacher gave us a group project. We had to prepare a short presentation about helping the community. Each group needed to share ideas, plan together, and speak in front of the class. I was placed in a group with 3 other students. They were confident and spoke quickly. As soon as we sat down, they started sharing ideas. "We should talk about cleaning the park," one student said. "No, that is boring," another replied. "Let's talk about donating clothes." They continued talking, moving from one idea to another. I listened carefully. I had an idea too. I thought we could talk about helping elderly people in our neighbourhood. I knew a few old people who lived alone and needed help. But I did not say anything. Every time I wanted to speak, my heart beat faster. My hands felt cold. I told myself, "It's okay, they already have good ideas." At the end, they chose a topic I did not really like. But I nodded and agreed. That was what I always did. That evening, I felt uncomfortable. I sat at my desk and thought about the project. I imagined the presentation. I imagined myself standing quietly while others spoke. I felt invisible. I asked myself a question. What will happen if I never speak up? The answer scared me. I realized that my silence was not protecting me. It was slowly hiding me. The next day, something unexpected happened. Our teacher said, "Before you continue your project, I want each group member to share one idea or opinion." My heart dropped. There was no place to hide now. My group looked at each other. One student spoke first, then another. When it was my turn, the room felt very quiet. I took a deep breath. My voice was weak at first, but I forced myself to continue. "I think we could talk about helping elderly people," I said slowly. "Some of them live alone. They need help with shopping or cleaning. Small actions can make a big difference." For a moment, no one said anything. I felt my face grow warm. I thought I had failed. Then one student nodded. "That's actually a good idea," she said. Another student added, "Yes, it's meaningful. We don't hear about that often." I was surprised. They were listening. The teacher smiled and said, "Thank you for sharing. That was thoughtful." Something changed inside me. It was not loud or sudden. It was quiet, like a door opening slowly. For the first time, I felt seen. After that day, I tried to speak a little more, not all at once, not perfectly. Sometimes my voice still shook. Sometimes I still felt nervous. But I reminded myself that my ideas mattered too. During group meetings, I shared small opinions. Sometimes people agreed, sometimes they did not, and that was okay. I learned that speaking up did not mean being right all the time. It meant being honest. On the day of the presentation, we stood in front of the class together. When it was my turn to speak, I felt nervous again. But I remembered the moment when my classmates listened to me. I spoke clearly and slowly. I talked about elderly people in our community. I shared simple examples. I spoke from my heart. When I finished, I heard soft clapping. I looked up and saw my classmates paying attention. The teacher nodded with approval. After class, one student came to me and said, "I liked your part. It made me think." I smiled. That day, I learned an important lesson. Silence is sometimes comfortable, but it can also become a cage. Speaking up is not about being loud. It is about being brave enough to share who you are. I am still a quiet person, but now I know this. My voice has value. And when I finally spoke up, I did not lose myself. I found myself. Thank you for listening to today's story. Remember, you do not need to be loud to be heard. Your thoughts and feelings matter. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to Learn English with Stories for more English listening and speaking practice. See you in the next story.